In this problem, we're being asked to find the value of the expression 3b minus a plus c given an expression for a, b, and c. This is simply a substitution problem where we will substitute the occurrence of a with the expression x squared minus 7. For b, we'll substitute the expression 2x to the third minus 5x plus 2. And the occurrence of c will be replaced with 5x plus 3. The algebra required to solve this problem isn't very difficult, but there is a lot of steps. You simply have to make sure that you don't lose a negative along the way and take your time. Make sure that you do the multiplications and the combining of like terms carefully and correctly. Let's begin by substituting. This expression begins 3b. I'm going to write 3, and instead of b, I'll substitute 2x to the third minus 5x plus 2. Then there's a minus sign, and inside parentheses I have a plus c. I'll begin by writing those expressions in parentheses. A is x squared minus 7, and c is 5x plus 3. Next, we will follow the order of operations to do any multiplications and combining of like terms to arrive at a final answer. Now that the substitutions are complete, I'll apply the order of operations to simplify the expression. The first step in the order of operations is to simplify anything inside grouping symbols where possible. In this problem, the only grouping symbols where simplification is possible is inside the second term, where I have x squared minus 7 plus 5x plus 3. I originally wrote these in parentheses. This was the original value of a and c. A was x squared minus 7 and c is 5x plus 3. But those parentheses can be dropped because there's not a value or even a negative sign in front of the quantities. I'll simply combine the like terms between x squared minus 7 plus 5x plus 3. Copying down the first part of this expression unchanged, and then combining the like terms inside the parentheses of the second term, x squared. There's not another term that has an x to the second power, so that will remain unchanged. Next, I'm going to write 5x. The x to the first term does not have a like term. There's no other term that involves an x to the first power inside this grouping symbol, so that will be unchanged. And then finally, the constants, negative 7 and plus 3, those are like terms, and negative 7 plus 3 is negative 4. So the result of x squared minus 7 plus 5x plus 3 is x squared plus 5x minus 4. The next step in the order of operations is to simplify any exponents. In this problem, I do see an exponent of 3 and an exponent of 2 written on the variable x, but I don't know the value of x. I can't do any simplifying with those exponents. So I'll move on to the next step in the order of operations, which is multiply and divide from left to right. And in this problem, there's actually two multiplications that can be done. I can multiply 3 times the quantity of 2x to the third minus 5x plus 2. And I could multiply, although it's not written, negative 1 times x squared, 5x, and negative 4. First, let's multiply the 3. Or you could describe this step as distributing the 3. 3 times 2x to the third is 6x to the third. 3 times negative 5 is negative 15x. 3 times 2 is 6. Then distributing the negative 1 yields negative x squared minus 5x. And then the last term is negative 1 times negative 4, which is plus 4. The final step in the order of operations is to add and subtract from left to right. And when variables are involved, this can be described as combining the like terms. In this problem, the like terms are, well, 6x to the third power is the only term that involves an x to the third power. So that cannot be combined with anything. That will be part of our final answer. The x to the second powers, well, there's only one. I have a minus 1 x to the second. I won't write the 1. I'll simply write minus x to the second. the x to the first terms. There's a minus 15x and a minus 5x, which combine to be minus 20x. And finally, the constants, positive 6 and positive 4, have a sum of 10. Once the substitutions are complete and the simplification has been done, this expression simplifies to 6x to the third minus x squared minus 20x plus 10.